Hey guys, thanks for tuning us in for this 59th episode of Good Questions with Cameron Dole, brought to you by our friends at Smiley's Breezy Vapes. Special guests for this episode include actor and director Alex Winter. We'll also visit with actress Keiko Agena. And we'll wrap up the show with a Flashback Friday interview, archived interview from a couple years ago with Jenna Elfman as Dharma and Greg was first released on Hulu. Of course, if you would, please take the time to subscribe, drop a like, comment, leave some feedback, and share with your friends. Again, our sponsor for the episode is Smiley's Breezy Vapes at 313 Falcon Road here in Altus. They always have red basket specials plus some great specials coming up for the Christmas season. Stop in and see them at 313 Falcon Road. You can also find them on Facebook, and you can visit them online at smileysbreezyvapes.com. Our first guest for this episode, you know him from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and also the latest Face the Music. He also has a documentary that's available right now, Alex Winter. We'll be talking about that documentary, Zappa. First off, Alex, thank you so much for taking the time this morning.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good to be here post Thanksgiving crush.
And you can use an interview tour as No Black Friday, right?
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Now, Alex, of course, folks know you from Bill and Ted and 2020 Zappa. You have a directorial movie that was supposed to come out at South by Southwest this year. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, with COVID, everything, all of our festival run got canceled, so we kind of changed course and decided to get the movie ready to go and put it out into the world a little early.
And Zappa available now. This documentary, I wanted to, Alex, what was it about Frank Zappa and the whole Zappa story that really incited you to get this work put together? Well,
he's just an incredibly interesting guy. He was a great musician. He had a lot of beloved fans, but he lived a really extraordinary life, and it always struck me as someone who today's generation would really respond to. He was funny. He was politically active. He was really smart, but he really lived this extraordinary life. And I just think on its own, whether you know Zappa or not, it's a really compelling story.
And as you got started and you get doing the research and the behind the scenes stuff, was there anything that maybe sparked you and you were like, okay, we did the right thing by getting started on this? Was there maybe something in the early going that was like, okay, yeah, we made the right decision?
Well, we had access to Zappa's vault, which was extremely expansive. It was basically all the work he'd been collecting along the course of his life. So we found stuff down there, lots of it that no one has ever seen. Footage of him with Hendrix and Eric Clapton and Joni Mitchell, but also just amazing stuff of behind the scenes of a man making art and being out in the world all through many generations from the 60s through the 90s. So it was kind of a treasure trove every day.
And what do you think? Do you think Zappa, his whole legacy is maybe a little mess because of not having the social media and everybody knowing everything everybody does? Do you think that maybe some of the stuff that he did was unable to be shined a light on because of that?
Sure. I think that, as you know, he died in 1993, so it's a long time ago in terms of how much change has happened in the world since then. And he made so many albums that a lot of more albums have been put out after his death of his music. But I think in the digital age and the social media age, it's easier for a lot of fans to access someone who's made that much work, because you can just pop on YouTube or pop on something and find almost all the work at once. So we really felt it was a good time to make this movie and get it out and give people a sense of who this guy was.
And also to let folks know that to get involved. And what do you think the biggest misconception about Zappa and maybe some of his work is in your findings?
I think that it was inaccessible or it was weird. I think that even the kind of aggressive music is still really beautiful and accessible. So I think that Zappa was a much more accessible artist. He was really brilliant and in some ways complicated, but he was a much more accessible artist, I think, than people imagine going in.
And with it being 2020, also involved in another project that was obviously had a huge following, the new release, Bill and Ted's. What was Alex? What was it like getting this one back out there and getting the feedback from the fans as well?
Well, we really wanted to make this movie, Keanu, and I loved the idea that the writers had, Chris Matheson and Ms. Solomon, and they pitched us this idea about 10 years ago over dinner one night, and he and I never thought we were going to make another movie. We never really felt we needed another one, right? But the script was really great. We loved it, and we really wanted to get involved. So we all worked really hard to get it made. It was really gratifying for us to get it out to the fans and see the response being so positive. It was really great, and we're really grateful for it. But it was not without a lot of elbow grease.
and Alex, 2020 being what it has been, obviously yesterday was Thanksgiving. What have you found to be thankful for in 2020 that maybe you would not have thought of before?
Gosh, yeah, this year has really been a head spinner, right? I think that I'm grateful. I'm most grateful that my family and my friends are all healthy and well. It's been a pretty rocky ride with the pandemic, and I'm just glad that everyone has stayed safe, and that everyone within my orbit. Certainly, I think we all know people who have gotten it at this point. I've known some people who have died from it, but I'm grateful that my family and friends have been okay, and that we've all got through this year in one piece. And I'm looking forward to a slightly less turbulent 2021.
That's what we're all hoping for, isn't it, Alex?
Yes, yeah.
And again, check out the documentary Zappa. And Alex, want to make sure and let our listeners know where they can find more information about the documentary and everything else you got going on as well, my friend.
Yeah, the movie is Zappa is out now on VOD, so you can really watch it anywhere, Apple, Amazon, pretty much anywhere. If you go to the wavve.link, you can find all the places to watch it. And Bill and Ted is out there too. It's a really fun movie, even if you haven't seen the previous two. So got a couple of things out there for people to watch safely from home if that's what they want to do.
There you go. Well, Alex, great to visit with you. I hope you enjoy your holiday season, and hopefully we can catch up in the new year, my friend.
Likewise. Thank you so much for having me.
Again, thanks to our sponsors, Smiley's Breezy Vapes at 313 Falcon Road. They do have some Black Friday specials going on today, but those are just about up, so check them out on Facebook and online, smileysbreezyvapes.com. They do have new Hardware Plus, the largest selection of disposable flavors in Southwest Oklahoma. Stop in and see them, 313 Falcon Road, or give them a call, 471-VAPE. That's 580-471-8273. Our next guest is in the series Prodigal Son. We'll be visiting with Keiko Agena. You might remember her from her time on Gilmore Girls. First off, Keiko, thanks so much for taking the time to be back on the show.
Oh my gosh! Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be back.
And the show Prodigal Son obviously got a new episode coming up on Monday, and this is how excited are you about the feedback, the response from the fans that keep the story going?
Oh my gosh, my jaw is dropped. We have the best fans. They're called Prodigies. Also, by the way, if anyone wants to join, #Prodigies is the official Prodigal Son team. And the response has been so great, and the fans already, even on our first season, have been so loyal. We're grateful, believe me, every single one of us.
And as you go into a new series, what was maybe your goal, your mindset for the first season? What were your goals coming into it?
I think I just wanted to honor the truth about this person. And I know it sounds funny to say, because if you've seen the show, the person that I play is very extreme in some ways. She's very obsessive, and she's over the moon in love with the lead character. But I just wanted to make sure that for myself, everything that she said or did, even though it's just blurted out of her, was what you really felt. And so I think that's kind of grown a little bit over the course of the season, and especially what comes up in this upcoming Monday, we'll get to see more about her. And I think that was my goal, and it's still my goal as we kind of move forward in the season.
And how cool is it? You talk about the upcoming episode, some of the guest stars that come and are a part of the show. What's it like to be able to work with them on a short-term basis as well?
You know, the series regulars talk about how fortunate we've been to have the guest stars that we have come in. Just even in the one that's coming up on Monday, we have Anna Gasteyer that's coming in and does a lovely job in playing one of the suspects. And just, being in New York has been such a pleasure, too. Everyone who's come on the set, it's such a great a city to find actor talent in.
Mm-hmm.
And what can we expect from the upcoming episode? I know that it's going to be a major shift and a major role for you coming up on Monday as well.
Yes, because Adrisa Tanaka, who's the medical examiner, we usually see her either in the morgue or at the crime scene, which are two of her favorite places. But she finally gets to be out of her scrubs and out of her medical examiner jacket and in, civilian clothes for once, and is undercover out in the field with the team. And so that is a real different environment for her, and we see her kind of confront things that she hasn't had to confront before. Some awkwardness, some laughs, some truth about why she does the things that she does. So all of that, it's a pretty packed episode as far as Adrisa goes in Monday. And then besides that, a lot of the stuff with Martin, who we left in a cliffhanger, having been stabbed in the last episode, we kind of really get into his mindset and flashbacks when he's not in prison. And it's good. It's great stuff. So that's all in episode 115 too.
So we talk about the guest stars, but the everyday stars you get to work with, what's it like and how is the camaraderie gelled so far here in the first season?
I have to say, I love it. I love these people. We have, especially because Lou and Bellamy set such a tone of like being veterans and just grateful and joyful every time. And Tom setting such a great example as the lead on our show that the mood is fabulous being here. And people are funny, too. So it makes the in-between when we're taping just enjoyable to be around.
So what has been the best moment? Obviously, trying to be a bit more serious. How hard is that at all times? I mean, especially you talk about the in-between times. Is it hard to get back into character after having the goofs, if you will?
Oh, you know what? I love it. I mean, the days are long, but I love that feeling, the rhythm of filming, where we do have the breaks, but when the pressure is on, you can call it pressure, when the cameras are rolling and the moments are caught. I mean, I always say that we're all of us, this big crew, all of the writers, all of the producers, we're all just trying to capture these moments. Everybody's working just to capture these moments, and that's such a magical, special thing. So it's always exciting, I think, to be on the hunt for those.
That's right. And again, new episodes, Prodigal Son, Monday nights, 9 Eastern, 8 local time on Fox. And Keiko, I always want to make sure and let our listeners know where they can keep up with everything you've got going on social media-wise as well.
Well, because my name is so unique, you can... I don't have to be so opaque about it. It's Keiko Agena everywhere. So as long as you know how to spell my name, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and my website is Ms. Keiko Agena, but you can find me there.
All right. Well, Keiko, it has been great to visit with you again. Looking forward to the upcoming episodes and also the chance to visit again real soon.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate every time I'm on.
Again, thanks to Smiley's Breezy Vapes at 313 Falcon Road. Got lots of Black Friday specials going on today, but check them out online at smileysbreezyvapes.com. You can also visit them at Facebook at Smiley's Breezy Vapes. If you can, stop in and see them at 313 Falcon Road. Going to have some great holiday specials for you. And again, call or text 580-471-VAPE. Our final guest is a flashback interview archived a couple years ago at Jenna Elfman. We talk about the release of Dharma and Greg when it was first released on Hulu. Jenna, great to visit with you again, my friend.
You too. Thanks for having me. I've been pushing to make Dharma and Greg available for these next generations for so long, and I'm so thrilled that it's finally out there. I feel like so many people enjoyed it the first time it aired, and they've all had kids since then, and now this next generation can enjoy it, and I think it's just as relevant of a character and holds up, and the parents on the show are hilarious, so I'm a happy girl right now.
Yeah, we've got a 14-year-old, and we were talking last week when I got the email about Dharma and Greg. I was like talking to Trinity about it, and she said, what's Dharma and Greg? So we watched the first episode. She's hooked already.
Oh, that's so great. That makes me more happy than you have any. Oh, my God. I'm thrilled. I love hearing that, though, because this next generation's exposed. This is the social media internet generation, and they have such a different view and connectivity to the world. And to hear that it works for her and she relates and is interested thrills me.
And how funny it is, we were watching one of the episodes and Greg's phone goes off and it was really unusual for people to carry a cell phone around back in those days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Dharma's like, Greg's pants, he's not in them right now.
Now, how excited are you to offer that to folks? And also, what does the character Dharma really mean to you on a personal level?
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm just happy it's available because I've had fans asking me for so long, can they get the... Because I pushed to have season 1 and 2 available on DVD that was on Amazon, and I've just been pushing for streaming, and so for me, I'm like, I couldn't be happier, like I said. In terms of Dharma, to me, it was more than just some random character on a sitcom, because I felt like the spirit of Dharma permeated our culture in such a way, like I have people, they're just like, can I just give you a hug? I just loved Dharma and Greg, and it made me so happy, and I just want to thank you for making me happy, or, going through difficult times with health, in their family, and watching Dharma and Greg got them through, or I had more than once people send me letters saying I was going to commit suicide, and I didn't, because Dharma made it okay for me to be myself. So I felt like the relevance and beauty of Dharma permeated on a deeper level than just mere entertainment. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I feel like having it continue to live on is important.
And not only Dharma and Greg, but also working on Fear the Walking Dead, a little bit different than Dharma, but a new season coming available next month as well.
Yeah, so I just joined the cast for season 4, which finished airing on AMC in September and is now coming to Hulu on March 19th. We're currently filming season 5. We film in Austin, Texas. It's very cool. It's an epic season. The storytelling and what's happening in the Walking Dead universe is thrilling, and I cannot wait for people to see season 5. I'm very, very happy.
Now,
I love my character. I love the storytelling. It's very cool.
Now, Jenna, for you, as times have changed, social media and all that, what's the biggest impact that you see on personally from the way things have changed?
Personally, I'm enjoying it because I don't, before there was social media, I had to rely on other media outlets to convey my own aesthetic. And so it was never my own because I needed, and of course we still have, obviously here I am, we're doing radio and we have TV and all of that, magazines, but I never had an outlet to broadly express myself without any chance of alteration. Mm-hmm. And I enjoy that. I enjoy having the ability to communicate fully my aesthetic, and I think that's been really cool. And to connect with fans in that way and for them to get wholly me. I like that.
That's awesome. Again, the exclusively on Hulu now, seasons 1 through 5 of Dharma and Greg, and also Fear the Walking Dead. You can watch the previous seasons, the new season coming out on March 19th. And Jenna, always great to visit with you, and I want to make sure that our listeners can keep up with everything you've got going on, social media, website, all that as well.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, all my social media is just at Jenna Elfman, and the website is jennaelfman.com.
That's easy enough. Well, Jenna, again, Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you. Good talking to you.
Again, thanks for joining us for this 59th episode of Good Questions with Cameron Dole. If you ever have a comment, question, anything else you'd like to know, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at GQwithCam. If you'd like to help out in the funding for the podcast, go ahead and click the support tab and follow the instructions. If you have a special guest idea, go ahead and email me, gqwithcam@gmail.com. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Thanksgiving weekend. Episode 60 will be back on Monday.